This is a unique moment. Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA what Wayne Gretzky did for the NHL when he went to the LA Kings. It's okay. Take a victory lap. You don't have to go, oh my God, these people are mad or this person's mad.
Dan Patrick just went ballistic on the WNBA and all of Caitlin Clark's haters, and the sports world is shook. The legendary journalist and commentator isn't holding back, calling out the bizarre responses to Clark's Time Athlete of the Year award. Here's the reality. Patrick's been Team Caitlin from day one. Yeah, that wasn't just hype. Patrick's got the receipts, and he's not afraid to use them. So why is the WNBA acting like Clark's success is a problem?
Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA. It's okay. It's okay to say that. You're not diminishing what the founding, fathers of the WNBA did. You're not. She's the Time Person of the Year. That's all.
Dan Patrick isn't just talking sports anymore. He's taking a stand, and it's turning heads. The legendary broadcaster recently came out swinging in defense of Caitlin Clark. And let me tell you, he's not pulling any punches. Patrick's passionate support for Clark stands in stark contrast to the waves of criticism she's been facing lately. You know what's wild? Clark's rise to fame has been nothing short of meteoric. One minute she's draining threes for Iowa, the next she's on everyone's radar as the future of women's basketball. But with that spotlight comes scrutiny, and boy, has Clark been feeling the heat.
Was it the new WNBA commissioner who suggested that the entire WNBA should have been on the cover of the Time magazine honor for Caitlin Clark, Marvin?
It was the owner of the Washington Mystics.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I don't know who this person is, but felt like if you're going to celebrate the WNBA, why not celebrate it with everybody in the WNBA or some of the bigger stars and Caitlin Clark?
Let's talk about one of Clark's most recent critics, Sheila Johnson, co-owner of the Washington Mystics. Johnson's not mincing words, folks. She's out here saying things like, when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. Johnson even went as far as suggesting that the entire WNBA should have been recognized instead of Clark for the Time Athlete of the Year award. Talk about handing out participation trophies.
Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said, the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have. Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings.
But here's where it gets interesting. Patrick's not having any of it. He's calling out the WNBA and Clark's detractors, urging them to embrace her success. In Patrick's own words, it's okay. Take a victory lap. The league won. He's practically begging the WNBA to celebrate Clark's achievements instead of downplaying them.
But if you're Time's Person of the Year, it's not the People of the Year. It was a Person of the Year. Can't we just acknowledge Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA? That's it. It's okay. You want to throw in Angel Reese. You want to throw the memory of Cheryl Miller or Cynthia Cooper. Like, it's a win. We got to...
So why is Patrick so adamant about Clark's importance? What's got him fired up enough to go toe-to-toe with WNBA veterans and owners? Patrick believes Clark has fundamentally changed the game. He's not just talking about her skills on the court, impressive as they are. No, Patrick's argument goes deeper. According to Patrick, Clark's unique playing style and the attention she's bringing to the league are transformative. He's not shy about it either, stating,
enjoy the coverage. It's a win. Stop making excuses for Caitlin Clark's greatness and what she did something different than anybody else in the WNBA. The history of the WNBA with the way she plays. Oh, God.
Patrick's core argument? Clark isn't just a great player. She's a game changer for the entire WNBA. But don't think for a second that this settles the debate. Oh no, the controversy is just getting started. Clark's rise has sparked discussions about everything from playing styles to privilege in sports. As the arguments heat up and the takes get hotter, one thing's for sure, the WNBA is at a crossroads, and Caitlin Clark is smack dab in the middle of it all. Are you ready to hear about how Clark is dividing the league?
The league won. But every time we think there's a win, there's somebody who brings something else up. And it's unfortunate. It's like when Tiger joined the PGA Tour. Did we say, oh, Time's, man of the year? Well, you can't have Tiger on there. We have to have everybody on there.
Remember when everyone in the WNBA was on the same team? Yeah, me neither. But the Caitlin Clark situation is exposing cracks that have been there all along. Some are embracing her star power, while others are pushing back hard. The question is, why is Clark's success threatening to so many in the league? Let's be real. The WNBA is more divided than ever. On one side, you've got the old guard, clutching their pearls and muttering about tradition, paying dues, and earned over the years. On the other, there's a new wave of players and fans ready to ride a new style of basketball that's been introduced by Clark.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
You know what's wild? Some WNBA veterans and owners are acting like Clark's success is a personal insult. They're out here talking about collective effort and how it's not just Caitlin Clark. One even talks about how people watch basketball not just for one person.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Like, we get it. There are other talented players. And we're not talking about you, Angel. But seriously, is any one of them as generational as Clark? And does that mean we can't celebrate when one of them blows up?
There's a difference between great players and phenomenons. No one ever said Caitlin Clark wasn't, no one ever said there weren't ever great players before Caitlin Clark. There was never phenomenons, not in my lifetime, with women's basketball. And I went to UConn, so I've seen plenty of great players, but nobody's ever moved the needle in my lifetime like this.
But wait, there's more. While some are throwing shade, Clark's teammates and younger players are all about that Clark energy. Lexi Brown from the Los Angeles Sparks straight up called out the haters, saying it's absolutely insane to downplay Clark's impact when teams are literally moving games to bigger arenas because of her. Now let's talk next about the overwhelming support Clark got from her teammates and friends when the award was first announced. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action. Let's start with Clark's Indiana Fever teammates. They're not just supporting her, they're celebrating her. Lexi Hull couldn't contain her excitement, gushing about Clark's impact on the game. Aaliyah Boston, another rising star, has been right there beside Clark, cheering her on every step of the way. Even veteran player Temi Fagbenle has shown nothing but love for the young superstar, all of them showing their love for Caitlin's recent accomplishments. But the support doesn't stop at team boundaries. Clark's best friend, Kate Martin, has been her rock through this whirlwind of success. Close friends Cameron Brink and Sabrina Ionescu have been vocal about their admiration for Clark's achievements. Gabby Marshall and Jade Jones, girlfriend of NBA star Tyrese Halliburton, have even encouraged her to consider modeling. Perhaps the most surprising show of support came from an unexpected source. Kim Mulkey, Angel Reese's former coach, put aside any lingering rivalry to praise Clark. It's a testament to Clark's ability to unite the basketball world.
I can describe it firsthand, having played her 2 years in a row in the playoffs. She's a generational talent. She's a young lady that you just can't take your eyes off of when you watch her play. And I know all of Iowa is proud of her, as they should be. And when we played her in the playoffs this year, I said, thank goodness I don't have to see you anymore. And that's about as high a compliment as I could pay a young lady.
This outpouring of support isn't just about Clark's on-court skills. It's about what she represents for women's basketball. Her teammates and peers recognize that her success is lifting the entire sport. They see the packed arenas, the skyrocketing TV ratings, and the surge in merchandise sales. Clark isn't just winning games, she's winning hearts and changing the game's landscape.
There's been a lot of great players in the WNBA. A lot of great players. This is different. We're celebrating this year. It was different. Has nothing to do with the past. It's just right now in front of us.
So how does Dan Patrick handle this mess? He's out here playing peacemaker, urging the WNBA to embrace Clark's impact instead of resisting it. And guess what? Patrick's not just talking about kumbaya moments. He's calling for unity, sure, but he's also pushing for the WNBA to wake up and smell the opportunity. He wants the league to celebrate Clark's impact, not because she's the only star, but because her success can lift everyone up.
If we celebrate Shohei Ohtani, are we doing, something to the founding fathers and Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and Pete Rose? No. It's right now. It's right in front of us. It's in the moment. Celebrate it.
But don't think for a second that this drama is just about putting a ball through a hoop. Oh no, this goes way deeper than basketball. We're talking about the future of women's sports, the challenges of diversity and representation, and how leagues adapt to change. The WNBA's response to Clark isn't just about one player. It's a litmus test for how they'll handle the next big thing and the one after that.
It just drives me crazy that we keep, it's black, it's white, it's the new, it's the old, She brought eyeballs. That's all. You're flying charter jets now.
You've heard the complaints. Now let's talk cash. Dan Patrick's not just defending Caitlin Clark with words. He's got a stack of stats that might make her critics eat crow. What if Clark's impact on the WNBA is even bigger than we thought?
The Washington Mystics, the owner that was upset, she had the biggest crowd in the history of her franchise or any franchise at 21,000 last year for a home game. Against the Fever.
Let's be real. Patrick isn't just throwing around opinions here. He's coming at this with cold, hard facts that are turning heads faster than Clark's crossover. You know what's wild? 5 of the 6 most watched WNBA games in 2024 featured the Indiana Fever. Guess who's on that team? Yep, Caitlin Clark. That's not just a coincidence, folks. Now, you might be thinking, sure, but that's just one player. Here's the thing. Clark's success is lifting the entire league. The WNBA was named the fastest growing brand of 2024 by Morning Consult. They looked at over 1,700 brands, and the WNBA came out on top. That's not just good news, it's a game changer.
I just want them to get, build on this momentum. You got something, there's a great product, now you have people watching. People are opining on the WNBA. That never happened before. You're fighting against yourself. That's the problem.
Patrick's not shy about drawing comparisons either. He's out here saying, Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA what Wayne Gretzky did for the NHL when he went to the LA Kings. That's some high praise, but the numbers back it up. Clark isn't just a great player. She's a cultural phenomenon that's bringing new eyes and new dollars to women's basketball.
I don't know. You keep chipping away at it, and it shouldn't be. You should reinforce what you've built. You're building around it. New franchises. That's because of her. Just what Gretzky did. Hockey in the South? I hate to see the WNBA cannibalize itself this way.
So what do all these numbers really mean for the WNBA? Patrick's argument is clear. Clark's success isn't just about one player shining. It's about raising the tide for everyone. More viewers, more merchandise sales, more brand deals. That's good news for every player in the league. But here's the million-dollar question. Is the WNBA ready to fully embrace this change? Some are all in, celebrating Clark's impact. Others are hesitant, worried about what it means for the league's identity. One thing's for sure. With numbers like these, the WNBA's next move could define its future for years to come.
Now let's see how you build on this. When Juju comes in, when Paige Beckers comes in, Hidalgo comes in, you got a chance. Stop bickering with each other. Damn. Drives me crazy.
As the WNBA wrestles with its future, Dan Patrick is asking a question that cuts to the heart of women's sports. Why are we fighting over the spotlight when we could be basking in it together? His answer might surprise you, and it's backed by decades of sports history. Let's be real. This Caitlin Clark situation isn't just about one player or even one league. It's about the future of women's sports as a whole. Patrick's not just defending Clark. He's painting a bigger picture of what's at stake here. And you know what? He's got a point. Women's leagues around the world are facing some serious challenges. From unequal pay to lack of media coverage, it's an uphill battle. But here's the thing. Patrick's been in this fight for a long time. He's used his platform to highlight female athletes when others wouldn't give them the time of day. This isn't just talk, it's a track record.
Drives me crazy. And she doesn't have to apologize for anything, and she shouldn't. You just played. And look, I was critical and said she didn't deserve to be on the Olympic team. She said, yes, that's true. Oh, you got to have her on. We need the PR. I don't want to be on a team for the PR. I want to be on the team because I earned it. And she knows she didn't. That's the respect she's showing the other players in the league. She admitted that.
You want to know what's really interesting? Patrick's drawing parallels between Clark and other game changers in sports history. This debate isn't just about who gets the spotlight. It's about how we value different kinds of impact in sports. Patrick's arguing that embracing Clark's popularity could lift everyone up. So what's really at stake here? It's not just about Clark or even this season. It's about whether the WNBA, and women's sports in general, can seize this moment to grow bigger than ever. Patrick's vision is clear. A unified WNBA that celebrates all its stars while riding the wave of excitement Clark's bringing. The ball's in the WNBA's court now. Will they embrace this chance to shine brighter than ever? Or will internal divisions hold them back as the debate rages on? One thing's for sure, the whole world is watching, and what happens next could shape the future of women's sports for years to come.
We talked about the WNBA, or we talked about Caitlin Clark last year all the time.
Yeah.
It was Otani, LeBron, NFL, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And now they're, well, what about? It's a lot of whataboutisms.
I know.
Like, can we just be grateful that she's bringing so many eyeballs to the sport?
Let's face it, Dan Patrick's defense of Caitlin Clark isn't just about one player. It's a wake-up call for the entire WNBA. The league's at a turning point, and they've got a choice to make. Embrace this wave of change or risk missing out on something huge. You know what's crazy? While some are worried about singling out one player, others see the bigger picture. It's not just about one star, it's about growing the whole game. But here's the thing. This debate's bigger than basketball. It's about how women's sports evolve and who gets to shape that future. As the arguments heat up, the whole world's watching. What the WNBA does next, that could set the tone for years to come. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.